Ohio. Pune, the city in India, is located in 150 km to the southeast from Mumbai. The population of Pune makes about 3.1 million people. 2011. Pune, the 9th most populated city of India and the second in the state of Maharashtra. Pune is located on the plateau the Deen on the right river bank of Much. Average height above sea level -560 m. Pune, the administrative center of the district Pune. The first authentic data on the city belong to 847 AD. Pune, the first capital of the Empire of Morocco. In the 18th century, Pune was the political center of the Indian subcontinent, being the location of a Peshwa, the Prime Minister of the Empire of Morocco. Pune, one of the cultural centers of the state of Maharashtra. The copper plates found in Pune dated for 858 and 868 years prove that else in the 9th century there was an agricultural settlement known as Panaka here. Plates confirm that this region was under control of Rashtrakuta dynasty. During this period the Pataleshwar temple complex was built. From 9th century to 1327 Pune was under control of governors from a dynasty Yadavav. In 1595 Pune was provided by governors of the Empire of Great Mughals as a Daegar to the Maharaja Maladhib Kasal. In 1626 the Maharaja Shakadhib Kasal appointed Rangobapadahit Katkale the managing director of Pune. He became the first managing director who brought the significant contribution to development of the city. At new residential and trade quarters, such as Kaspapat, Sambarpat, Ravivarpat were under construction. After attack on the city of troops of the Bidsapersky Sultanate in 1630 which repeated in 1636-1647, the city underwent significant reorganization. During this period the system of taxation and management of the city was changed, measures for strengthening of law and order are taken. In 1631 construction of the mausoleum Lal Mahal began. Came to the end in 1640. In 1660 Pune was occupied by troops of the Mogolsky general of Shistahana, but in 1670 passed under control of Confederation Marakov. Pune received a push to development after foundation in 1674 of Shivaji of the Empire of Marakov. At Shivaji in regions Parvati and Konkva in the meliorative purposes were constructed dams. During the conflict between Morocco and the Empire of Great Mughals continuing 27 years during the period from 1703 to 1705. Pune was occupied by the Mogolsky governor Aurangzeb. In 1720 Baji Rao appointed the Prime Minister Besh of the state of Martakov Chhatrapati Shadu. He chose Pune as the base and there began a fortress construction Shanivar Vada on the right river bank of Much. The construction was completed in 1730. Patronage of a Peshwa of the state of Marakov led to construction in the city of many temples and bridges. The power of a Peshwa fell into decay after defeat in fight at Panipat in 1761. In 1817 as a result of the Third Anglo-I passed Pune's wars under management of British and I was a part of the Bombay Presidency. The British colonial administration in east part of the city placed large military base. In 1858 Pune received the status of municipality. Pune, at the height of 560 m above sea level, is located on the westernmost tip of the plateau. The territory of Pune is quite hilly. The downtown is on confluence of the Mule and Mach. The rivers the Pavoni and Indrayani cross northwest suburbs of Pune. The city is near seismically active zone, from time to time is subject to weak and average earthquakes. Climate of Pune: transitional from semi-desertic to tropical climate of savannas, with the average temperatures varying from 20 to 28 C. Allocate 3 seasons. Summer, from March to May. A season of monsoons, from June to October. And winter, from November to February. The most high temperature was recorded on April 30, 1897. 43.4 C. The lowest temperature, on January 17, 1935, 1.7 C. Average annual level of rainfall -741. Almost all of them drop out during the period from June to September. According to a census of 2010, the population of city agglomeration of Pune makes 5,518,688 people. Level of literacy of the population, about 81%. Official language, Marathi, also Hindi and English are quite widespread. Economy. Automotive industry, production of motorcycles is developed. In the city there are enterprises of such companies as Tata Motors, Mahindra and Mahindra, Mercedes-Benz, Force Motors, Firodia Group, Kinetic Motors. As well as in other largest cities of India, information technology industry develops in recent years. The airport of Pune is located approximately in 10 km to the northeast from the downtown. Flights to Frankfurt and to Dubai and also local flights to the majority of the large cities of India are made. There is a railway communication with the large cities of the country. There is a project on construction in the subway city. Opening of the first part of a system is planned for 2013. National Highway No. 4 connects the city to Bombay, Bangalore and Kolhapur. Highway No. 9 with Hyderabad and No. 50 with Ahmednagar, Aurangabad and Alandi. High-speed 6-band Bombay-Pune was constructed in 2002. This road reduces trip time between the cities almost till 2 o'clock. There is a construction of the city subway. His introduction in a system is expected in 2021. Once Pune was the capital of the Maharashtra state, but in 1818 it was occupied by British, and since then he developed as typically military city. Pune became the center of many Hindu movements for social reforms. Rapid industrialization considerably changed the image of the city. Sites. In Pune, surely it is worth visiting the Museum of the Raya Kalkara, where the private Dinkara Kalkara collection is exposed. The basis is made by objects of traditional Indian art. A very interesting the palace built of a carved stone, the temple doors found during excavation pottery, which age of 2000 years, traditional Indian lamps, miniatures of the 17th century. Aga Khan's palace with the Italian arches and spacious, well-groomed lawns. In Pune's center there is Pataleshvar inspiring Adi temple cut from a boulder. The temple works until now. In 25 km from Pune at top of the hill there is Simgad's fortress. Lion Fortress. Other fortresses constructed at the time of Shivaji near Pune it is Radzark, Thorn, Puranar, Shivneri. The Chanvarvada Palace built in 1736 served once as the residence of the governors from a dynasty Peshwa who inherited the empire of Shivaji. His strong fire destroyed 1827 the most part of the palace, having left only old fortifications, huge gate, ponds with lotuses and the strong base of the palace. Parvati's temple stands at hilltop in the neighborhood of the city. Once it was the personal temple of governors from a dynasty Peshwa. In Pune there is one of the regional centers of the French Institute of the Far East. Near Duna there are a number of clusters of cave temples. In total the neighborhood of the city contains about 200 independent areas of archaeological researches. Famous natives and inhabitants. Frank Bruin is the Indian hockey player. Devan Varma is the Indian actor of cinema and television. Purushottam Laxman Deshpande is the Indian writer, the playwright, the musician, the composer, the actor, the director, the humorist. Twinkle Khanna the Indian actress, the film producer, the columnist, the writer and the interior designer. Ruby Myers is the Indian actress. Herbert Cyril Thaker, the Canadian military figure, the Major General of Army of Canada, the Chief of the General Staff of Canada. 1927-1928. Also far. Write comments. Read comments. Interesting people will tell interesting stories. All of good mood and good luck.